Well, Gareth, let's start with one of the big moments that came out of the Saturday's game, which was the departure of Alan Marriott through injury. What's the latest on him?
The latest on him, Mark, is he's been in training with Jason for the last couple of days. The synopsis at the moment is positive, and it looks as though Alan will be available for selection on Saturday.
So percentage-wise, how confident are you that he will play against Wrexham?
I'd probably say about 70% that he'll be available for Saturday, which is great news. Without question, Alan's done a tremendous job this year for us, and he's a big player. Tim came in and handled the pressure well, but obviously Alan's the number one.
And who else is on the treatment table as we speak? Because of course there has been a bit of a bug sweeping through the camp at the minute, but who's overcome that and who's still suffering from it, and of course other injuries?
Yeah, we've got a couple that are still in light training that are just getting over that bug. You know, sometimes when you just come back in and you're doing some physical work, you can, if you're not careful, knock you back up. So there's a couple that's in light training, i.e. Craig Armstrong, Gary Mills. Kyle Nix has been asked to stay away from, just make sure that he doesn't pass that on. So Nix is obviously a little bit worse than the other two, but he was injured anyway. So we'll be looking to make sure Craig and Gary kind of a fighting fit, if you like, towards the end of the week, and make sure that we've got everybody available who can play.
It's a funny old game, isn't it? I know it's often said that, but it is. And of course, at the start of the season, and indeed since the turn of this year, of course we're coming to the end of it now, but since the turn of the year, our home form was completely rock solid. Recently, it's been the other way around. The away form has been very good indeed, with the second best away team in terms of form in the division. I think it's 4 wins out of the last 6, and the home form is just starting to be a little bit indifferent.
I think that shows you what teams are trying to do here. Teams are coming. I said it last week. Teams want to come here. They see the stadium. It's obviously one of the biggest in the league, if not the league higher. And with the fan base that we get, with a crowd will try and get behind you, and you've got an atmosphere. Teams want to come here and do well. Also, managers set the teams up to be a little bit more restrictive of the type of football that we play. So we always knew that was going to be the case, and it's important. Like we said at the beginning of the season, we had to turn as away form as good as home. Now we've got to do the same, but vice versa. The away form has been good, which is a massive positive, and that shows that the lads have taken on board that and made sure that we're resilient in the way that we go about the away games. Obviously, the glitch was Ebbsfleet away, which obviously happened, and but other than that, the away form's been tremendous, and the character of the players has been excellent. So we'll be looking to make sure that we change things and go about as home form in a manner which helps us to break teams down a little bit more.
Off the field, around this time of year, the players have other duties rather than, as well as footballing duties, and they start today really. Firstly, 4 o'clock, a visit to the Robin Hood Children's Ward, and then later tonight they're joining in the carol service. Yeah.
I think like you say, Mark, it's a great time of year where you can put things into perspective. Okay, some people can rush around and you're buying things and there's all the Christmas shopping and there's the pressure, but I think it's important that you step away from that, and I'm a Christian myself, that's why I do believe in the true meaning of Christmas, and I'm looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to going and putting some smiles on the people at the hospital's faces, and anything that we can do to ensure that or to help that that time of year and this time of year is remembered for the right reasons with those children. And if we can go out and just maybe spend a couple of hours of our time putting some more smiles on people's faces, well, that's massively important to us.
Back to footballing matters, over this Christmas period, Have you set a target in terms of points?
Yeah, we've set a target. I think it'd be a little bit unprofessional to be able to state that, because whenever anybody speaks about points and targets, there's obviously a pressure. Now we're fully aware of the pressure that we put on ourselves, and the lads are understanding the targets that we've got over the Christmas period. And we'll be keeping that in house and making sure that we do everything that we can possible to go out into those games and reach those targets. I think the other thing is Mark, is I've just said to somebody else that that the team that the football club's got at the moment and the fans have got is, we wanted to try and epitomise the people and the community of Mansfield. We was on about the attributes that this community have got, and you look throughout the years, that it's a place that's always had a lot of passion, a lot of pride about the heritage and the history, and we've got a football team now that want to emulate that, and that want to make sure that every time they go out on the football pitch, they're playing with a pride and a passion. Now, unfortunately, results don't always go your way, and performances aren't always kind of one of them that you'd harp on and think, oh, I remember that game. But the key and the crux of the matter is that you get points on the table, and we'll be looking to do that over Christmas. I'm looking to show those attributes that I've spoke about the local community, the pride, the passion, the workmanlike spirit, and the camaraderie as well, because I think there's a camaraderie in this community where people stick together, and we'll be doing that. And we'll be looking to do that throughout the Christmas period, and making sure that we're competitive, and that we're as hearts on our sleeve, and go about the game or the games in the right manner.